Hi guys, how are you?
Hey Gary, good to see you again.
Diana, Stephen,
Yes.
welcome to our office.
Thank you.
And folks, welcome to this week's edition of All About Real Estate. I'm Gary Hennessy from Professionals Reynella. You'll remember that 2 weeks ago we were talking to Andrea Holmes from Designing Homes, and she was talking about the importance of presentation and having a professional come and clean your home. Now, the first thing we need to point out, guys, is we're not saying that people's homes are dirty, are we? No. Okay. But there's actually a really good reason for having professionals come in. Now, you guys actually run Healthy Breathing Centre and Super Green Clean, two companies that work hand in hand to give a complete cleaning service to people who are looking to sell their home. And it's a two-stage process that we were talking about earlier. Stephen, you were saying the first thing is to look at the presentation of the home in terms of cleaning, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we clean many homes, so we obviously see a lot of things that perhaps because you're so busy and thinking of selling your house, that you're just so time poor with,
right,
that we can make that so much easier for you to get the house.
And usually they're so stressed out about all of the other things like pricing and marketing and choosing an agent. Cleaning tends to get pushed to the back of and yet it's quite important, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, Andrea was saying that that first impression can be so important.
Huge.
And you were saying earlier, Stephen, that quite often you'll pick things up as a professional cleaner that maybe the average person like myself, when I'm presenting my home, I think, oh yeah, that's okay, and you can go, oh well, if you did this and this and this, that would be so much better.
Absolutely, we do that quite often just with our normal residential cleaning. I mean, we see things and we suggest things to the client, and they've never thought of that, and it just adds so much more value to the environment as they walk into.
Absolutely. So I didn't ask you before, but do you guys do cleaning, but like that windows and stuff like that?
We can indeed do windows. We can do ovens as well. So we really are one-stop shop.
Ovens, well, my wife would like to talk to you.
No.
They're really hard to clean sometimes, aren't
very
they?
hard to clean.
And yeah, it's a really good point, because I know as a real estate agent that there are two areas that if they're not clean, absolute no-nos. The first of them is the loo. It's got to be clean and it's got to smell nice, right? And the other place is the oven. And interesting enough, I find guys will go to the oven and go, no, don't think so.
Exactly.
Right? So we've got the cleaning taken care of, and Super Green Clean have come in there and they've done a fantastic job. But it doesn't end there, does it? Because we've got the floor coverings, and quite especially if you've got pets like my dog, which just sheds hair all over the place, can be a problem.
It can indeed be a problem because it can be a huge cause of allergies.
Allergies, right? I know about those things because when I go into a house with cats, I'm rubbing my eyes because I'm actually allergic to cats highly. A
lot of people do. They are allergic to animals. So it's important that if you have a prospective tenant or a client, that your house is going to be comfortable for them to live in.
So you de-allergise it.
We de-allergise it, Gary.
Love that word.
That is a Gary word.
Absolutely. Now, and people would say, well, why do we need to do that? But the reality is that if you live in a house with your pets, you're probably not allergic to them, but there are a lot of other people who are coming into that environment if they're looking to buy, even as tenants. They're wanting to come in, and if they have an allergic reaction, they're not even going to be thinking about buying this house because they go, I can't breathe, got to get outside. So there's a pretty intense process that you guys go through. I think you were telling me it was an 8-step process.
8-stage process, and your carpets will be dry by the time we've finished, so you're not going to have soggy carpets.
So it's not the old hire the little one from the supermarket that fills your carpets full of water and it's wet for a week. Okay, cool. Don't want that. No. Then you've got mould problems, which you also said can be.
Yeah, we can absolutely treat and remove mould, which again is a huge problem with people with allergies.
Okay. The sense of smell is one of our most highly developed senses. When place has been professionally cleaned and had the carpets done and everything, there's a smell that you can't replace. It's a bit like the new car, isn't it? You buy the new car and you open the doors and you go, oh, you know, if we could put that in a bottle, we'd make $1 million.
Exactly.
But it's doing the same thing with a home, isn't it? It's presenting that sensory perception that people walk in and because there's a sense in which if it's a clean smelling home, it must be a nice home.
Exactly.
So,
people have cared about the home.
So you're winning that battle as soon as they walk in the door, and then. Okay, guys, we hope that's some help to you this week. We do recommend always to get professional cleaners through to prepare your home. It's a very small expense for a huge reward in terms of sensors. I'm going to leave you with that this week. Next week we're going to be talking about, is this a good market to buy on or not? I'm Gary Hennessy from Professionals Real Estate, and we hope to catch you again next week. Guys, thanks very much.
Thank you, Gary.
And I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Thank you.